Forget about the regular parties. Tulina okunywa paka kuwulira bubi. Forget about that common musical vibe.
Kuba vibe ezimalayo.
Humble Management and Nile Special presents Ginjera, because we are bringing Jamaica and Amsterdam in Uganda.
Okategedde?
Don't miss a party full of vibes. Ginjera is happening on Saturday, the 9th of March at the Nile Nest in Ginger. Tickets online go for 70k and 100k at the gate. To book your tickets on FlexiPay, dial *291#. Select tickets, type Ginjera and follow the prompts.
Ginjera, our era, our way, our party. Brought to you by FlexiPay, Energy Radio, Notifier, Spark TV, NTV, and Nile Special. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Please drink responsibly.
Those words are used derogatory. So when people come online and go, oh, you're mid-sailor, oh, you're midfielder, and this gentleman used football terms, thinking that I don't know football terms, yet I watch football. And to show you that he's a very bad person who just degrades and disrespects women all over social media. When he saw that I had challenged him, nagamba nedda, no kamulage. We went ahead and then said that no, you are also a prostitute. Nagamba mbugwe ozanyira Champions League. That's football analogy. But to mean that goli malaya, but you sell yourself to higher class people. Maybe because he thinks that's the people bentambula nabo. Now, this person doesn't know me. The only thing they know about me is social media. Mandaba social media. Nampuliza maybe ku radio. Nandaba ku TV. Tandaba tetwising. We've never even met. How do you go? In fact, I don't even post a fan and a maybe like ngani nude. Obangandi like nyambadi bubi. Even the pic that I posted to show him what he was, to bring some points to him, echifana soka nyonya mbifana nibyo na nemfuna yecho nengamba kali shino chilagako kuma ithai katini kaliko kasiriti osankangeze ko to bring him to see what he's doing. Nela nagamba dinedda na oli malaya, but you just sell yourself to people of higher ranking or higher class. Do you understand that? So for him is to prove his point, he's set on calling everyone Malaya prostitute as a derogatory way to bring women down.
Ginger Kodeyo. This is for the women hustlers in Iganga and the boss ladies in Kamuli. It is for the shakers in Luka and the makers in Mayuge. This is for all women in business in Bosoga and surrounding areas. The PSFU Women's Day Katale is back under the theme Bridging Economic Divides for Women's Prosperity. It is happening at Damwater's Rugby Grounds in Ginger from the 15th to the 17th of March. Come network with fellow women entrepreneurs, meet potential customers, market your business, enhance your skills, get inspired, and take your business to the next level. Gates open at 9 a.m. and entrance is free. For more information, call 0702-369-372. PSFU Women's Day Katale is proudly brought to you by the Private Sector Foundation Uganda in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation.
Platinum Wellness Spa offers therapeutic massage services complimentary with sauna and steam bath for your full body cleansing. You can now get a Swedish massage, hot stones, spot massage, aromatherapy, salt ability hot stone therapy, Moroccan bath hammam, jacuzzi, and many more therapeutic massage varieties. We are located along Lukuli Road near Teletubbies Primary School, off Rumala Access, Kongebuziga. Call us on 0708-842-821. Platinum Wellness Spa, here to take care of you.
Stagnant because
you're not pushing it enough.
No, like not just quite a serious. Maybe we take a consistency. Yeah.
So, Kati, you're back on it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Also because this Ramadan, I have some special content that is coming through.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're okay. I was going to ask you something, then I remember. I was going to ask you, you chopped your hair because of Ramadan.
No, I chopped my hair because nali nadainga viiri zange nestansanyusa engege zavaayo.
But this time you had like long hair, you had done your hair. It was a wig.
If it's a different color, then yeah, it was a wig.
Oh.
But I dyed my natural
Brown.
hair.
When you dyed it brown?
That was either braids or a wig. But so I dyed my natural hair. Nezidainga blonde yo ne nestansanyusa. Think I'm spending a cent nyingi salon.
Most women don't want to show their original heads. Wajjawa lo again videos original.
Nze namanyira gyenkulidde bwotyo envirizo za bulijjo because that's the hair you're born with ate Katonda akola ki. You can do several styles or what, but that's still your natural hair, and every time bw'osiba enviiri you eventually will also damage your natural hair. So ne wokolako ku braids ne wokolako ku wig, you need to allow your natural hair to also breathe.
The last time I was with you on an interview here, you talked about that money. Yazita atya ezo sente zagamba allowance yaki? Glowing allowance. Faiza, did you see how it was on TikTok?
I saw it.
People are like, that girl, nga she's over showing off. Glowing allowance, what?
Nali bagamba ekibaayo eyo. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you still get glowing allowance?
Yeah, Council gives me glowing allowance.
But how does it feel, like the way you say, Council gives me glowing allowance? How does it feel being in love?
I think it's so nice. I think it's so nice. It's very rare for you to, okay, for me at least, I don't know about other people, but when I date people, it automatically at the back of my mind, I don't expect them to financially cater for anything, okay? So when you meet somebody, yes, I automatically don't expect
it. So you don't move into a relationship for the money?
I'll explain why. Partly because of the reason why we are having this conversation today. Remember that comment?
Yeah.
It explains why for me, I don't want anyone to form any sort of words around me. Like, omuntu omanya kwa sendeze na maana na kuisate bubi. And if you've ever grown up, nga people, omuntu nga kulabirira, nenga mukulabirira, nenga ejja kuisamwe. So it builds you up to want to never allow any sort of help from people. So when you actually meet somebody who helps you out and makes sure that that's so nice. I think it is so nice, and they don't make you feel like you're indebted to them. So
they don't make you feel like you're here because I have the money.
Yeah. It's so nice.
But most women are in relationships because of the money.
That's realistic. That's what
today.
True. Yes.
Yeah. So of course that brings us to the conversation, but we're still talking about how it feels being in love.
It's nice. It really
so like you wake up with butterflies. Or like if the guy calls you, you feel like, oh.
Yeah. You know, when he calls you and wants to talk to you, like when somebody makes deliberate effort to make you part of their life and to involve you in things about their life, and you see them involving you in their life and in their future, that is so nice. Like when you see them talk about things like, Nagamba, by the way, I'm planning this for you. Or how can I, that's so nice. Like, it's very rare. I don't want to say it's rare, but it's a bit rare for me to meet such thoughtful people.
So for you, you're this person who believes like a man should look at you. Faiza, you're doing a YouTube channel.
Yes.
How can I be of help? Not you asking around.
Yes, she is so nice. I say this because lots of women enjoy it. Even men enjoy it when their partner goes out of their way. It shows that you listen. It shows that you care about this person, and it shows that you love them and you want the best for them. So when Puliranga Kuka Yogera Kuchino Nagamba Bana, I've always loved Manchester, Bichichi. Newebam no gamba. No checking her like if you have the money, no gamba. Okay, if I can't take him to the stadium to watch, I'm going to buy him an original jersey.
Yeah.
If I can't do this, like it is that thoughtfulness makes relationships so good. So
instead of begging.
Yeah.
Every time putting someone on the pistol. So for Valentine's, Council gave you your equipment.
Yes, I had been talking about my YouTube and some of the content I wanted to shoot. I wanted to start shooting my own content. And I normally shoot my own content, but when you want to shoot some really nice, good, professional content, equipment, so ng'omukyala nze mane budget yange gye nimukolako nti nimukusavinga kusobola gula kino ne kino ne kino. Okay. So boyo obinyumyako like how you normally talk about your day and things you're doing. Nagamba okay. Then nakubira abantu. So for Valentine back packaging it ekintu ne bakireta nga kimanyi. Because me, I think he understands that I'm the type of person that likes gifts that will more or less are practical, that will help me. I mean, flowers are beautiful, chocolates are beautiful. For the ladies that love them, it's all right. But me, I like things that are practical. But I'm working on this or China Gamba. You know what? Let me secure for you this meeting. Or you want to talk to Kasuku for this? Let me find a way to get to him. Securing you, you get in. Like people who are like that.
That is better than chocolates.
That to me is
Yeah, I think. I
think.
Well, anyway. So that is Faiza for you. Are you back on your YouTube channel?
I'm working this March for Ramadan. I'm starting with Ramadan because I'm curating some special recipes for Ramadan.
So what's the name of your YouTube channel?
It's called In My Space with Faiza Fabs.
In My Space with Faiza Fabs. So go subscribe to that YouTube channel, In My Space with Faiza Fabs. So you're going to be doing food and only?
Yes, the space is that because I passionately love cooking. I passionately love baking. So these are some of the things that I share. Things that I've also seen other people share, and I also share. I try out recipes that I've seen people share. I cook now for like Ramadan. I'll be sharing home recipes that I've seen in our family for Ramadan. So these are special recipes.
So someone can cook inside there.
Because that's how I also love cooking. I see people sharing things. Like that. So it's for food lovers.
There's some sound going through. Okay, just a minute.
You need to read this from there.
Yeah, not from there, from down here.
From down?
Yeah, from down there. Read gold.
Okay.
Thank you. Because we don't want to be copyrighted. Yeah.
Right.
For starters, I like your passion for food. One day you gave me muffins.
Yes.
They were really nice. Banana muffins.
Yeah.
But you've not given me again. I don't know.
I'm going to work on that.
Okay, you should. Now, I saw you over the weekend, like I had said on the show previously. You were into an argument with some guy. It's called Bunny. Yeah, over how women dress and how they get perceived, right? At some point, I was in support of him because there is certain things I don't understand these days, Faiza. Like a woman deliberately decides to begin, when they do videos, they turn around, they shake their asses. Then they come dressed in those skimpy things, almost everything showing, they pose. You know, there are those poses we used to think were for models. We used to think were for prostitutes, in quotes. Not prostitutes in the real sense of it, but you know, when you begin acting, you know, a certain way. Uganda or Buganda, we say, watch way sanga Malaaya. So today they became normal. And for me, what pains me the most, Faiza, is you see a married woman or a woman dating.
Yeah.
Ngariko social media, and she's okay.
She's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but for you came out to defend this girl. You were like, no.
I wasn't defending the girl per se, but first finish.
And I went and the kid.
Okay.
Yes.
So for me, and many people watch Twala Bubi, I'm defending a singled out case. I am defending a principle, and I understand where it comes from. So you've given me this platform to share some of these things. That gentleman, I didn't even know, you know, omuntu omulaba society, not such a respectable person. No, brand, that's such a respected person. And then you're like, they're educated. So they wouldn't go around degrading women and using derogatory terms.
Oh.
But then, I think it's social media nga buli mukazi amuita malaya. I'm not going to clothe this word like for them they are doing it. Goli malaya, uli prostitute. Now, this gentleman, omwala, you're posting echifanani, nagamambu, nayogera, I think not quoting out with something about the color of yellow. Do you guys like yellow like I do? And he quoted that and said, you forgot to add the price tag. Now, when I engaged him, other people then brought me to the fact that he has done this several times. The pose, I think it came from the pose the woman was having. That he calls different women prostitutes and what. I'm so shocked that it could come from someone who looks very presentable in society, very respected, at the same time very educated. Like you don't expect such things. But Faiza, was that pause called for? Wait. Now, I'll bring you to some of these things that we see on social media. Nange ngagwe kuku. I come from, like me, I come from a very religious background. very traditional, cultures are very different.
Conservative.
Very conservative. So even when I see women, like for example at the branch, gabamba dakagoinga kalishia kalaga her body, and I'm how could you walk out like that? Nangemba mpulira bubi, because in my culture as a jankulide, bidabika bubi, it is considered morally indecent. Na I can't wake up any day and go onto social media and call people's children Malaaya, prostitute. I cannot. Because we need to understand that we are not the same. Zejamba si Jehova. Engage ndowooza si engage olowooza. Do you understand? We need I think the word for it is also tolerance for other people's differences. You understand?
Yes.
We are very different people. We are very, it's like, because if you use that logic, even people who come from other countries, because there are African countries like South Africa where women culturally, they don't even dress up. Like, I am ornaments. So would you also send to a Malaaya? Do you understand? We come from completely different cultures, completely different traditions, but we can't impose our religious views, our cultural views onto other people. You label them, with derogatory terms. Because omuntu wakweta Malaaya tachogede mu bulungi, mu just chili fact, achogede in a derogatory way. And this brings me to what I've been trying to tell people. Me, I'm not defending a single out case because omchala nange simanyi. Simanyi java. I am trying to show you people that women for centuries, since time immemorial, the word Malaaya bakikozesa okudegrading abakazi. So bolabanga muganda bamwita ate banaye ze simanyi na kumanya. There's a reason why I passionately defend women when they are being called these words. Skuku, one day sit with the women in your household. Mama wo, no msaja na mugambe. But when you continue, your sisters one day will suffer the consequences of your action. Just sit down with your mom. Sit down with your sister. Even the women at your workplace. And ask one of them, when was the first time? Don't even ask them whether they've ever been called. Just ask them, when was the first time you were called a prostitute? I think ochimanyi gwenga bwomanyi nti mugana ngeta bino tabigenda moko. Osanga tali na sente za basajja bino bemuga mambo ali de transport bichi. But no, just ask her plain, when was the first time you were called a prostitute? I can assure you, 9 out of 10 women will tell you when was the first time they were called prostitutes, and by people, by the way, who are within their circles, even in your own family. Gwetacha ngo family ngo mkazi bamwita oyo mama Malaaya. Gwetachira bangako chi happening buli kaseera. Those words are used derogatory. So when people come online agamba oyo mid-sailor, oyo simanyi midfielder, and this gentleman used football terms, thinking that I don't know football terms, yet I watch football. And to show you that he's a very bad person who just degrades and disrespects women all over social media, when he saw that I had challenged him, nagamba nedda, no kamulage, we went ahead and then said that no, you are also a prostitute. Nagamba mbugwe ozanyira Champions League. That's football analogy. But to mean that goli Malaaya, but you sell yourself to higher class people. Maybe because he thinks that's the people bentambula nabo. Now, this person doesn't know me. The only thing they know about me is social media, mandaka social media, nampuliza maybe ku radio, nandaba ku TV, tandaba tetwisting, we've never even met. How do you go? In fact, I don't even post a fan and maybe like ngani nude or ngani like nyamba dibubi. Even the pic that I posted to show him what he was, to bring some points to him, echifana soka nya nyambi fana nibyonna nemfuna yecho nengamba kali kino kiragako ku my thigh katini kaliko kasiriti osankangeze ko to bring him to see what he's doing. Nera nagamba dinedda na oli Malaaya, but you just sell yourself to people of higher ranking or higher class. Do you understand that? So for him, is to prove his point, he's set on calling everyone Malaaya prostitute as a derogatory way to bring women down. The reason why I advocate strongly for people to stop disrespecting women, to stop using derogatory terms like midfielder, simanyi, or mid-sailor, is because these words are very disrespectful. If your own siblings, if the women within your own circles could tell you that they have also experienced them, you'd feel bad for using them. You'd understand. Women I've worked with, women I have I've been raised with, women that have raised me, I've seen this word being used against them. It's a very patriarchal word. It's a misogynistic word to disrespect women, to degrade them in every way possible. Because you know what? People tie morality or tie, you know, like you're not promiscuous to your value. Nti wama mkazali promiscuous ya muntu mulungi. So muntu bagamba you're morally loose. Chibashitegeeza nti aligamba you're a bad person. You should not be respected in society. So could you imagine someone it says that about the people in your life? That is bad. It
would really hurt.
It is bad.
But Faiza, minus the context of that guy, now we are going general.
Yeah.
Do you believe there are some women who are selling themselves to the highest bidder?
I can also hold that perception. You know that
on the internet?
Do you know that I also hold that perception? It's not it looks like, you know, who do that business, because even prostitution in itself, you hear all sorts of things, that there are escorts, there are all these people. There are all those people.
Because now they tell us that prostitution is just not about the roadside. It moved past that. People are at work doing the same and all that.
Even me, there are people I see, gwe ebintu byoyogerako embeera gye weeyisaamu abantu we interact olinga okisegere, but I will never again come to that person ngamba ng'oli malaaya, because if there are no facts, I will not come to you and say ng'oli malaaya. It doesn't matter even if that perception is, because whether we like it or not, you and I see people on a daily and we judge them for different things. In our mind, we judge them. That person doesn't even work a lot. Yet your bosses maybe said that person works a lot. But we don't approach these people and degrade them. We don't bring them down because of what we think. And remember, our thinking, our conclusions are less with our cultural values, our religious values, all those things. You understand?
So for you, the whole argument is about whether the chick is a prostitute or not. You don't throw it in their face.
I will not. Actually different.
For purposes of upholding up the women.
It is very different if it's, for example, a woman like Bad Black was online and she may be dressed like that, and a gentleman went and said, you're a prostitute. Do you know why I would be okay with that?
Why?
Because she has said openly, acknowledged that that's her trade.
Yeah.
I even saw a video recently of her saying that, you know, women who sleep, I think, at 4 points, for her, she has opened, and to the point that she openly advocates for women in her business. Okay? That is someone who openly admits, openly acknowledges that is her trade. Meaning that if once someone openly acknowledges, it's okay. Because she has. But you can't find people on social media just because you don't approve of the way they dress or the way they talk, then start using derogatory terms to bring them down. I can assure you, not even women who are fully clothed are called that word.
But are women helping their cause? For example, that lady on Twitter. Yes, she wanted to find out how the color yellow was. But the pose, the insinuation. Because, well, people may have different beliefs like you began with, but in our society here, we all know what our beliefs are, the conditioning. You know, of course, we are trying to adapt to the foreign things and all those things. But as things go by, it has become so more evident every day that every time a woman dresses in skimpy attire, does those funny poses, it is about trying to attract the highest bidder. It has become evident. I don't know if eventually it becomes reality, but from experience of some people, they say if one day we wake up Faiza, the boobs are out, then you're putting on like a small thing like this, and you're out there, you're trying to attract the men. So are women helping their cause against those statements?
To be honest, you can't control grown people. You understand? You can only advocate for yourself and for the people, hopefully. Because I know some people say that when we call you out for these things, because we're trying to ensure that you're more morally decent or what, but you're a grown person. But once you hit 18, if you see somebody dressing like that, what are you going to do about it? You can't. You understand that? The best you can do is maybe try to reason with them and show them maybe that the society we live in is like this. You know, because I see people trying to maybe like bring it in a very good form. You to be respected and people for to serious, you need to be like this and this and such people, I like them because you're bringing reason to someone. You're trying to bring someone to reason by explaining to them like, as if you're talking to a human being. But when you start by slut-shaming them, by horse-shaming them, and by using derogatory terms, then you've already spoiled any opportunity of them learning anything.
So, Kati, for a situation like that one, Faiza, how do you think that guy could have addressed that woman?
That gentleman would have DM'd her if he was uncomfortable. He would have told her, my sister, maybe the point A and, you know, of
the yellow is good. But why do you have to pause when your cabina is pointed out?
Yes, he would have approached her in a different way. And nagezako. Because each of us must do our part in building a better community, a better society. Each of us must do our part. Some of us will have to do our part by directly engaging people. Because you see, because I realized we had lost any connection. Like, there was no point now of learning.
Yeah.
I had to disengage. So, when you try to approach someone sensibly, and you realize that you get a caller, block them, scroll past their content, and move on. Trust me. You can, once you understand that, you understand? That is why, in countries where the other countries, for example, will go to the extent maybe of legislating and say, Omani, maybe let's do this. Then you can go and seek in another place. But please, if you find that somebody is, because like I said, we're all trying to do our part in building a better community. Maybe you worry that this person will influence your children, will influence the women in your household. But it is your part to make sure that let me talk to her. Let me engage her if I must. Let me engage her and engage her like a human being. Because when you start by slut-shaming them, you're no longer treating her like a human being. You're no longer having the basic consideration and the basic respect that should be accorded to anyone, despite of how we feel and think about them. You start from there. I advocate for tolerance.
So, Kati,
talk to the people in your household. Because a lot of faith, abazade befebatu somesanga, ne batugamba kino chibi. No manya nti kino chibi. Omuzade oloza yali bwe yakugamba kino chibi yali akuteko nagamba nti ogenda bera mu nyumba nange kino tongera kikwatirira. For example, when your parents tell you that maybe alcohol is bad, smoking is bad, do you think they are there patrolling you at every hangout you're in? Nti kuko kino nakugamba chibi. Your parents believe they have done their job. Now it is upon you, the adult, to make your decisions. Some things you learn the hard way, some things you learn from your parents. So you must just do your part, but do not degrade, do not disrespect women. That is, you guys, that is such a basic thing for us to do. Have some basic consideration. You make it hard for women to also respect you. Women, do you know why women see men as enemy? Because of such things. You don't, when you approach women like that, is because you have not even considered, you're not even given a basic consideration that she's a human being. Nothing. You've taken that out of the way and said, let me approach her like this. You've considered her worthless from the moment you meet her. That is just bad. So,
one of the reasons I chose to do this interview with you, it was on my mind actually. I wanted to ask you, and unfortunately, this week we are celebrating Women's Day on the 8th of March.
Yes. And
as women fight for space, I'll be honest with you. I really have no problem with women to dress any way they want. Because sometimes when they dress how they dress, we like to see. There are things sometimes you just sit there. You know, there's sometimes you sit in a bar. No tula gawe boye. Omwana nataniko yitawo. Ninga kwambalidde ebintu ebinyuma bebi tinoga bandi ogenda onyodde bie so okay yokubiri ogenda the night has picked up okitegera toyogedde naye toyina kyokoze naye nga just kikulabikidde bulungi bekiyitawo bekikomawo ogenda mood zizze nogamba you know
ataka tolaga sikuku kyoyogeddeko ekyo. That's enabling as well.
Enabling what?
Enabling. You see, sometimes we indirectly contribute to certain vices within our society. Chechicha nagamba nti omukazi abakazi okuba nti babalabanga sente olina ng'ejo enabling anti when you approach her the first thing you show her is money.
No, but women want money. Faiza.
No, I'm saying that is also there.
The talk is money because Faiza, do you know omanye mbozi ya sente we yava? Do you know, Kati, I'm going to be honest with you. Do you know, Faiza, that these days a woman prefers money to all these things of debts and what?
I hear you.
And the most shocking part is, for us growing up, like my sisters would have had breaks and what, you know, those things, eh? And then some could say like, Nzebyo katimbi vuddeko, and they chill. They're like, maybe you have a child, let me raise my child, and you know, those things. You could expect nti abakazi abakulu kati bebali kucha sente. But now the older women, they either give up or they are looking for love.
And what I'm trying to say is this.
But these young girls, you see, the moment olumukwana boti ng'atandika okukaaba ebizibu, olaba omuwala omusanga mu bbaala. One of the reasons why I don't go to bars anymore, I just get somewhere and sit with my friends. Kasiti osanga omuwala mu bbaala omugwako anywa fanta oba water n'omwebuuzisa bakuwa eki
n'agamba ati
njagala bereya oba okitegeera kyegamba, it automatically moves into finance. Oba okitegeera, it is very hard to explain to a woman today nti I love you nga tewali sente.
So my point, what I'm trying to tell you is this, is that when we enable habits, we continue to promote them in a society. When you say that women who dress like this are immoral and they are not morally upright for our society, it means that you do not engage with them at all. You do not engage with that sort of content. When you say that women have turned dating or have turned marriage into a financial, sort of relationship or what, it means that you also stop doing that. It means that when you meet women, money is not the first thing you present to them. Two, you make sure that it's such a funny thing. I don't even know how to bring this. So
for you, Faiza, if a guy moved up to you, because what's happening these days is I meet you, Faiza, I'm like, hi, how are you? You're good. Then I'm like, Faiza, I don't want us to go through this whole hassle of going on dates, what you're beautiful and what. The truth is, I like you, I want to bang you. So how do we get to the point where we bang? Yeah? Then omukazi naye mola waawa nti so if I tossed you 200k, can you throw me some?
And then nakigamba ne luli negamba nti abakazi aba dating are for strictly money. Nagamba nti nze njamuwako ka stampa sente era nawe you know what you're doing is not right. That means
so
that
you can't engage in that?
Yeah, no, I cannot.
So if a guy came to you and is fronting money,
let me tell you.
Even before telling you like how much should I give you, the guy comes to you, he's like, Faiza, ninamu sente zange, njaga tweyagale nkuwe sente.
There's no money, and I've said this time and again. There's no money a man will give me that I cannot give myself. I'm telling you, there is no money. Tewali sente zongenda kumpa. That's also akwewa.
Faiza, you have 10 million on your account?
Yes, I do. It is not. There's no money that you're going to give me, and this I'm not talking about money that is, for example, like billions bichi. What I'm trying to show is the principle here.
So 10 million, 20 million, tezikutisa.
What I'm trying to show is the principle here is the fact that no one's body equates to any amount of money that you give them.
You're kidding.
It's okay if people,
not in Kampala
it's okay
here.
If people price themselves like that and say,
yeah, but girls price themselves.
But I'm saying realistically.
Ate not these high-end girls, by the way. Osanga busanzi omuwala nga mutambula awo.
Nagamba nti.
N'omugamba abolera omusanga n'omuyogera naye naga njagala sente. Okitegeera.
Yeah.
That's as bad as things are happening now in this country.
They are.
Okitegeera. So kati okuddayo wali wembadde ngamba nti I don't be enabling, but like when you go and you see a woman dressed the way she's dressed, sometimes you feel happy and you're like, can you have beer? You know, there are those days that come and you're feeling bad, and then you just see someone. It's like kuba waliwo abantu abeera atudde mu bbaala n'alaba kasuku. Nagamba naye kasuku mulabyeko n'abeera happy. Nagamba naye olaba ndabye kasuku olunaku luwedde abantu ne batandika okunywa. Oba okitegeera. But as we celebrate Women's Day, I think, yes, it's bad. Me, I'll be honest with you. I'll see it from a different perspective than yours. The only thing I'm going to check in okuwagirako kyekiri nti well, I also wouldn't want to call someone a prostitute, especially when I don't have the facts with it. But women out there need to begin talking to these young girls, especially that yeah, it is okay. You can go out in that floral dress and still look beautiful and still look. There's a picture I want to show you, Faiza.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you need to be understanding. A person like this, what does that mean?
I saw this picture. A gentleman also
so
tagged
if ochirabe ekifaananyi ekyo, that one, ochirabaawo. So if someone called this one that,
it is still wrong. I stand
but
on that.
honestly, Faiza, why could you walk out? Why could you walk out of your house dressed like this?
This woman, according to you and I, who is immorally dressed.
Yes.
And you and I are like, this person is morally deficient. But at the same time, we are not going to go and start calling her a prostitute. Kwanza nawe ani ali amuguzeko. Nali mugulideko omuntu yenna gwe mmanyi. Why do we degrade women like this? Because I said a lot of our views when it comes to women's dressing, women's conduct, or generally in society is laced a lot with our cultural, traditional, religious views. Because that's the environment we've grown in, and that's okay. That's fine. But if you treat people, everyone like that, that means that we didn't say you're not agenda moja gamba. Mwamuli BAMALAAYA mwena. You understand? So yo mchana nagenda mulabe wale ne yantagiza nangamba katono mogerako ki. Nenda anti. Again, Kwanze, she's not dressed properly. Morally, she's not dressed, but again, nzesigenda kukera ku social media tena ngogamba anti nyabo. Oli malaya oyambade bubi.
So we can call out people for dressing badly, but we shouldn't call them prostitutes. That's what you're saying.
Again, what I'm trying to advocate for, Kuku, let's be clear, is tolerance. If you find that you cannot engage people in a respectful manner, and try to bring them to reason without making conclusions about what they do or what trade they engage in, then please leave them, let people be, move on based on your way. You focus on the people in your household, on the people with whom you have direct influence. Into Kuku abana bozade muganda wo family boy in a direct influence, you can talk to them tiboba ono stranger chiganye can focusing up, because when you know that thing where they tell you that when you raise a girl you're raising a generation or a nation. Focus on building this person to be the generation or the future that you want them to be.
Yeah, but
don't go around social media.
But then what happens when she wakes up and she finds these same people on social media,
and you talk to her about that,
and she wants to copy this?
Trust me, talk to her about it, because your child is not just going to see people dressed indecently. They are going to see many vices, including men that give women money to sleep with them. You're going to encounter these sorts of challenges as you grow up. You're going to meet these sorts of people as you come along. This is how you should deal with it. This is the reality. Like, you need to focus on the women that you can influence directly, because that is our greatest chance for maybe changing the narrative that we want or getting the narrative that we want. But you cannot go and start demeaning. It is so bad. I don't know how to explain this to people, but it is so bad. And again, just talk to the women in your household. Ask them about these things. Abakazi bewamwe bajja bagamba mimi nimekaje baba iseche ekigambo.
Anyway, as we celebrate Women's Day, Faiza is calling for more respect, is calling for understanding before you jump to conclusions, especially about women and the choices they make about their lives, especially dressing, which I also think is justified. I wouldn't want, throwing around names and all those things. But I'm also calling on the women, dress better.
Let's do our part as well.
Do your part as well, because it becomes hard when, it's like about single motherhood. So many women complain about, I'm a single mother, actually, but there's a discussion I'm going to have with Sempa. Omwami oli Kutesa. Kutesa posted about a friend of his, he met at one of the malls here. And they're telling him, hey, how are you with the kids? How is the man? Then the chick is saying, I broke up with the man. I hear the man had a child outside marriage, so I left him. I'm with my kids in the apartment. So what happened with that? He got another woman and moved on. Then Kutesa is saying, having a kid out of this is the reason why you left, and all those things. So sometimes the reasons why things happen, especially to women, I want to believe, because I've grown up in an environment of women, especially. And some of the things I've seen, and also growing up, kati wano wendi, singa bibera ku bakyala, There are some decisions and choices they make, and you feel like, but then mu public NGOs aboogera abagamba please protect the woman, so kati ne kino ekyokwambala kati nga wano kikomawo eri omukyala that as they advocate for we should also talk to the women and tell them toteekawo mbeera ate esobola kukutuusaako mbeera okitegeera. If we are saying era bagamba mu Bible lead us not into what? Into temptation. So many things are not right, but we should not, if you dress better, n'oyimirira ne bakuba ekifaananyi. If you can do a video, ng'ozina bibyo biki totukyusiriza mabina. There are women who do certain things deliberately. Nayambala akaleesu wano, kanikanga kalaga. Nazina baati, ene mabega ali mu G-string ebbina lirabika ne yeefuula akasika wansi. Kati gunomubuuza nti lwaki oyambadde akantu ako okasika wansi nga toyagala balabe mabina ng'omanyi bulungi bw'onookutama gagenda kulabika. Okitegeera. So tuleme teekawo mbeera ate ereetera bintu Faiza by'atayagala. Ebyokuyita malaaya osobola obyewala. Sibe kiri?
Let's do our part.
Thank
but
you.
Above all, men, let's change. Let's do better.
Abasajja nabo bakyuseemu. Stop jumping into conclusions and also mwefuge. Abasajja mwefuge kuba kati wali njogedde ku nga tugaa nti kati sikugambye nti ate weekwase omukazi yazze ayambadde bubi. It is against the law. Bagitera criminal. It's
criminal, but above all,
yes,
you must, Chiringa, I think there's a story on the timeline currently right now of a young gentleman who says that he was sexually assaulted by a fellow man. Now you see, even the whole topic, which I'll discuss it another.
The whole topic, I know, but well, good, and nobody should dare it. But like we say, everybody should play their part, just for avoidance of throwing things out of context. Faiza. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
But Faiza, thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
This month we are saying. So what do they do on Women's Day? There's a friend of mine I was with Nanganti. Katika soko Women's Day yabaga bebirabo.
Women's Day is to honor women. It is to celebrate womanhood, but above all, it is also to look back and see the strides we've made in advancing women interests, in advancing their freedom, in advancing in platforms that support them as well. So it is one way for you to, which is also what I want on Women's Day. Look at the women in your life and see how you can better their life. It may not even be monetarily, because you may not be able to help them monetarily, but just look at how you can be a better person towards women, how you can help advance women, how you can make sure that our nation has women have a better future to look forward to. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so for me, I'll say to every woman out there that is really making a difference in the world, happy Women's Day. And abasajja ndowooza mufumbeko leero wiiki eno yonna osobola ogiteekawo n'ofumba omukyala waakomawo n'omusala enjala n'omukuuta ebigere. Okay, oyinza obutamukuuta bigere, but you can offer her spa treatment. Kati now I'm sure you're going for spa. When council sees this, guys are like, Faiza, I'm taking you for spa. Next council, please show face. Yes, please show face and be loaded.
Council fears.
If he has me?
Not really at Yavantu.
But he can meet me and you. Invite us for lunch with Faiza, we eat, drink.
You guys will
meet. Chiri important, ziri important.
Yeah, you meet him.
Osoka tour, then we eat and drink. And not from the pocket, in an envelope. Then you write Moko Kasuku. Because, man, this one is family, there are not so many. When the time comes, it is us who are going to stand there. Awako, we get up. Not so?
Yeah.
Okay, until next time, mubere bulungi.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.